Stand by. Not on Twitch.
We're not on Twitch?
We are live now.
Yes. Excellent.
That looks good.
Yeah?
I've muted myself on Twitch. All looks good.
Well, welcome everyone. I am Jezza, Jeremiah Costello, the project lead on Rough Justice. And today I have a very, very, very special guest, dear to my heart, Mr. Mike Bodie. Why don't you introduce yourself,
Hi, everybody.
Mike?
I am Mike Bodie. I'm a actor and voice actor, and I've been working as one of the writers and voice actors and voice directors on Rough Justice with Jez over here. I'm going to make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. Is this the right direction? Waiting for.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. Okay, so that's a direction on Twitch. I'm not
Mike.
watching this on Twitch. I'm mute. And anyway,
Cool.
amazing.
So, we're going to do a playthrough later on in this stream, but in the beginning, we're just going to go over the history of Rough Justice, how it came about, and a little bit of the background and the backbone of Rough Justice, those being the contracts and things like that. And yeah, should we give it a whirl, Mike, and show them our awesome flowcharts? Because every gamer wants to look at flowcharts, right?
Everybody wants to look at a game design document. Yeah, we using the Miro board.
Yeah. Let me find my mouse. Where's my mouse? Okay, here we go.
It's the thing on your desk.
There you
Put
go.
your hand on it, generally your right hand.
So, do you want to go through and explain what we're looking at here, Mike?
Yeah. So what we're looking at here is one of the first kinds of contracts that you'll come across as an agent and running the agency in your running your private security agency in Rough Justice. So this is the kind of the inner workings and skeleton, if you will, of how kind of contracts and stuff work in Rough Justice. You generally start with the informant contact. Or a contract giver will give you a contract that says, hey, we need you to do X task or complete whatever the job is. And then that will, oh, hello, Zadie. And that, I'm just looking at chat over here. It will then, and then this will be how the player will make a decision based on what's presented to them by the game. So, for example, an informant tells you that somebody has this job available for them that requires one of your agents to complete. You go and accept the job, and then whilst doing that job, you'll have to make a decision. And depending on what decision you make, you will either get a standard resolution or you have the possibility of getting an exceptional resolution if you are able to complete a skill roll or a minigame. Skill rolls are based on the very specific skills that your agent has. And this is where the whole idea of assigning the best agent for the job comes into play, because you might send somebody who is great at electronic security, but they're not the best driver, and you'll send them into an armored truck driving contract, and then suddenly they'll get presented with a situation where that agent needs to use their driving skill as a part of their skill roll, but they won't pass their skill roll, and so then they'll end up getting a substandard resolution result if they have to have that skill roll, or if they get a bad skill roll. Sometimes skill rolls are replaced with minigames instead. So you would essentially play a minigame to complete the task. We initially thought of having a lot of it be primarily skill roll based and have it be kind of randomized and have the algorithm work out in the background. But then we thought, well, we want more interaction with to have the player feel like they're doing stuff, or that they are also one of the agents in addition to also running the agency itself.
So you're more or less, for these mini games, you're embodying, if you will, the agent. So it's a brief suspension of disbelief, because as the player is actually controlling the agency and advising the particular agents on what to do in certain circumstances, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So there are times when you will advise the agent to make a decision, and then the gameplay perspective will switch to the perspective of the agent as they complete that minigame, if there is a minigame, for example. So there is kind of a switch between perspectives and viewpoints throughout the game as you're playing. It's not always through you running the agency and your agents off doing stuff. Sometimes you will have to take over from them doing things as well.
Right. And it's also the principle of high risk, high reward. So Each of these contracts, there's 3 different contract types. The basic ones, we have fugitive recovery, security, and repossession ones. So this is a security one, and it's a tier 1, which just denotes that it's a very simplistic type of contract. And eventually, I think players will understand the logic behind these, but you're not gonna figure out which tier it is necessarily until perhaps later, or you'll have an inkling based on the amount of financial rewards that can come about. So yeah, so high risk, high reward. We can take a look
So
at
this,
the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this being a tier one contract, as contracts, as you continue through the game, you get the contracts that you have to engage with get more difficult and more challenging. So we have different a tier system based on how simple the contract is, and as that progresses, the contract gets more difficult and more complex. You might have to have multiple agents involved. You might have to have very specific skills, or have an agent which has 2 specific skills at quite a high level to continue on. This is, I believe, is this a
This is a tier
is this a,
2, which is like completely frightening because I hate to see what a tier 3 looks like.
I was gonna say I thought this looked like a tier three setup,
Yeah.
but yeah. So while this does look drastically more complex than the first one, but
It
as
does,
far as
but it's not really.
yeah,
So
it's
I
not
think
really.
the example that we used here was you were approached by someone and they believe that their wife is having an extramarital affair. And there are 3 potential suspects, or no, rather 2 potential suspects, like I think it's the pool boy and maybe the lawyer, right? And
Classic pool
so
boy.
course of action A would be to investigate the lawyer. Course of action B would to investigate the pool boy. And course of action C was maybe even to investigate the wife herself, right?
Mm.
And you can see right here that the wife automatically would lead to a dead end unless you choose the first option out of the 3, if she is in fact course of action C.
Yeah.
So you can always find the resolution. There is always a resolution available, but it's just
Mm.
a question of. I mean, I'm sure players will eventually make flowcharts of their own or watch this stream. This from the future past,
I
and
don't
they'll
know
say,
if we have a flowchart creator element in in Rough Justice.
well, they may look at the stream later and be like, "Oh, now I understand how this thing works."
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah,
broken
of
the
course.
code. But these are example flowcharts, people. Right, Mike?
Yeah, these are examples. See, these are everything is subject to change.
Yeah.
Um, as we continue, we should probably put that. Oh, we have prototype development in the stream. Good.
Yeah, there you go. Prototype.
It's
Yeah, so
prototype.
really quick,
Right.
this is a type of stream for the prototype, even though the prototype is actually done. It is we're talking about the prototype and what we've achieved so far, I suppose. Steam, you can look at the Steam page for Rough Justice right now, and you can wishlist it. Check it out. We are currently in the process of talking to a number of publishers, and hopefully we're going to score a deal pretty soon and we can continue with the development. We were also lucky enough to get some regional funding, a promise of regional funding from North Rhine-Westphalia. They've promised to give us a substantial amount of money as a zero-interest loan if we, in fact, get the rest of the money together from a publisher. So it's very, very exciting times for us. We're super stoked about taking this to the next level. So, yeah, is there any... Oh, I think one thing I wanted to point out here is the game flow. I don't know if have you actually seen this one, Mike?
I think so. Yeah, it has to do with the gameplay loop.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it for a second?
Yeah. So you start off with your own with a chunk of change in the game to how much story stuff can we reveal?
Oh,
Do we want to, or are we just showing mechanics at the moment?
well, no. I think we've talked about the story a little bit, and nothing publicly. But if you watch the dev stream up on the Steam page, you'll see the intro video. So that's up, and it's also on previous Twitch streams. So
Yeah, of course. Okay. So as a part of Rough Justice, you are given you play an ex-cop fallen from grace who was accused of crimes that he didn't commit, and it turns out that there are more nefarious organizations and groups at large working within Seneca City, New York, which is a fictional city as part of Rough Justice. Um, and you are given a bunch of money to help set up a private security agency, which you would then use to help uncover the people who put you behind bars. That's kind of the gist of it. It is much more complex and much more. There's a lot more. There's more than meets the eye, and there's a lot more things going on. Um, and so you're given a chunk of change to start up a security agency. And so, as a part of that, you have to hire agents, train agents to complete security contracts of all different kinds. And through completing those contracts, you generate income, you create contacts, you start to find out more about the city and what's going on. So, also because you've been behind bars for a number of years, things have changed and moved on. So you're reacclimating yourself with the city, how it works, who the major criminal players are, who the financial players are, so on and so forth. So when you complete a contract, you get paid for having completed it. This allows you to train your agents in new skills, to hire agents who have existing skills, and to upgrade your infrastructure, your office, to get various kinds of licenses for your agents, whether it might be a firearms license or a personal protection license, a tactical driving license, that kind of stuff. And then with those new upgrades, that allows you to then access higher tier contracts and more complicated jobs, and allows you to also be successful at those jobs, because you can do a complicated job but just kind of have the bare minimum requirements. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do that job with a high probability of success. The better prepared you are and the better equipped you are, the higher the chances of success at higher tier contracts. The good thing is that higher tier contracts also pay more, which then allows you to, again, increase your training skills and your upgrade, your infrastructure, and also maintain your budgets, your agents, to make sure that they get enough downtime, that you treat them well enough, that they remain loyal to you. Because if they're not loyal to you, they'll leave or they'll go to somebody else, maybe even one of your competitors. Um,
Ooh.
and so this cycle of completing a contract, investing it back into the company, and then maintaining the company to continue doing contracts is a part of the core gameplay loop.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's simplistic, but not. There's many different layers to the game, and it's this micromanagement thing going on. You know, making sure you have enough money so to pay people on a regular basis, so you can keep the lights on. If you can't pay people, then they'll bounce. And also, like Mike said, getting more money to get better gear or more better licensings in order to unlock those other jobs. So yeah, it's it's a rat race.
Exactly. It is very much a rat race. So this is kind of a core gameplay loop that we have going on here. Was there anything else on the Miro board that looked even remotely interesting? I feel we're kind of
I
showing
think
the
we're done right now for the Miro board. So another thing I wanted to talk about briefly is the different agents. So right now in the prototype there are 12 agents to choose from, and in the final version of the game there will be a total of 100 agents to choose from. And
we're
each
very much
agent,
going for a sort of an 1980s style with a lot of the designs, and keeping the designs modular as well, to help kind of give variety to the agents and such. So if anyone's kind of trying to figure out, like, what's that art style, it's like, well, it's sort of a 1980s
yeah, hence
vibe
the
to it.
name Rough Justice 1984, 84. There you go.
Exactly. Rough Justice 84.
Yeah. So each of these will have their own voice and their own quirks and characteristics and things like that. So you can get a brief overview. And I think it's interesting because there are certain characters I already like just by listening to their voice, because these are agents that you hire, and they're going to be like, every time you send them off to do something, you're like, all right, boss, I'm on it, or whatever, or contract completed. So you're hearing their voice constantly. And there's certain voices you're just like, oh gosh, even though that person is really good at lock picking, I can't stand their voice or their personality or something like that. So you
Yeah.
may choose to not hire them. And I think also having having 100 agents to choose from eventually will give you the possibility. It's like, hey, I want a bunch of redheads in my crew. How cool is that?
You got one here already.
There you go. And I think that gives players the possibility of putting together their dream team. But also, what an interesting thing is, obviously that is only a physical trait, but there are certain. I'm not going to give too much about the algorithm, but say for instance that Charlotte Sanchez cannot stand Lucia Cifarelli, right? They just like bump heads consistently, and if they are both on your roster, their loyalty and productivity will be diminished over time because they just can't stand working each other. It's a very hostile working environment. Whereas maybe Henry Fowler and Ian Crane really, really get on well together. So they're getting a bonus. They're getting like a bros bonus. So that's
a bonus.
A bonus. So those are definitely things that you'll find out over time, which agents gel well with each other and work well. Because, and also some of them maybe. Raj Decker, he is brilliant with so many things, but he's just not a team player. And so the loyalty or the professionalism from your other agents will diminish over time because of his lack of team playability.
Yeah, exactly.
I really want to rename Stephanie Held to Karen, but she just looks like a Karen to me,
I feel bad for people called Karen already who have to be saddled with this this kind of cultural development of calling people of a certain opinion and outlook on that name.
I know you're right. It's like when you introduce people as Karen, you're already at a major disadvantage right there. I'm like, oh, yeah. All right. So.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. We poor Karen Sadie.
Did you want to check out the prototype now?
All right, why not? Let's spin it up. Is that what the kids say? Spin it up, boot it up.
Boot it up.
Get it up.
Whoa, Mike.
Load it up.
This is a PG-13 stream.
That was your mind in the gutter. Thank you very much.
Now the stream is marked as mature, so.
Oh, it's mature.
It's mature.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, get it up. So yeah, I do want to go over this briefly. We do have 28 achievements so far. We'll be creating more. I think we're going to be peaking at around 45 or 50 at max. Not too many, but yeah, definitely for those achievement whores out there. See, I can use the word whore if it's mature, right? All right. And that is both male and female. So,
Groovy.
So let's boot this up.
Let's hit play.
I'm just going to skip the... And wait a minute, there's a tutorial voice in here somewhere.
I don't know how you swung it, but regardless...
Mike, do it with the lips.
It's great that you're out of the clink.
I don't think it'll match up
I'd see
with
you
the Twitch
for
stream.
at least another decade. Oh, and sorry I didn't come and visit.
All right. Yes, we're going to skip it. So here we go. What do we want to do? What do we want to talk about, Mike? We can start playing, or we can go over some of the mechanics.
Let's give a bit of a fly around the city and just kind of show the viewers how they'll be able to move and interact with the world. So this is the map overview, and this is the city of Seneca.
Wait, are you watching the stream, or are you watching what I'm showing on Discord? Because that would be then in sync. Then we'll be on the same page.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to see the... Just trying to... the stream, I'm just looking on Discord here. I can't seem to see the stream on Discord.
Oh, all right. Then, wait 1 second. I'm streaming.
Tactical pause. I can't seem to...
My stream is running.
I can't seem to see it.
Well, then bounce out of the call and come back in.
Am I still going to be in the bottom corner?
No, but
show back up?
Briefly you won't be. I'm sure our viewers will understand.
All right, just 1 second. I'm going to bounce out and come back in.
Or not. Please hold the line. We're presently experiencing technical difficulties. Please hold the line. right, and I can't see Mike. Mike is gone. All right, I'm alone. I'm yet again alone.
No.
No, where's Mike? No. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Mike,
Are we back? Are we live?
we're
Oh.
alive.
Oh.
Can you see my screen, Mike?
There we go. I can see myself on Twitch and I can see your screen. That's perfect.
Okay,
Apologies about that, everyone. We are now back.
awesome. How is Mike's
Wonderful.
level, by the way, on the stream compared to the in-game sound, Zadie?
Let me check, because I only have you on Discord right now. So, say something, Mike.
I'm going to say something real quick so we can check the levels on Discord and Twitch. I think you probably put me up a little bit.
Yeah. Put him up just a little bit.
Then I'd have to. Oh wait. I have to turn down the game then. All right, I've turned it down. Oh wait, I'm so silly. I can do it here in the menu now.
Heyo.
Beautiful working menu, and you don't.
I know, right? Have you seen this, Mike? Have you seen the actual settings menu and everything?
Oh, cool. Now we have volume control.
Yes. And
Alrighty.
video and everything like that. All right, so where were we?
So we were talking about we're going to have a flow. We're moving around the map to show the players how they interact with the world. So this is how you can also move the camera around like you would like a standard RTS. Is that right?
Yeah, you can go like this.
And you can zoom out and all that. So yeah, so you're kind of always in a top-down RTS, zoom in, zoom out perspective, and then we also got lovely draw distances going on and
Depth of field.
And what's it called? Field of focus, field of view.
Depth of field. Or the...
Depth of field. That's the one. As well. So on the map we can see various icons, and a lot of these icons are contracts that you can complete. And they have a countdown timer on there showing them
on this security detail.
showing how long they'll be around for. Now, obviously, in order to complete this contract, which has been given to us by Natalie Conchelos, we will need to have an agent available.
How do we get an agent though, Mike? I mean, are they?
How about we go to the?
Can we look? Are they over here somewhere, maybe, or?
No, you definitely won't find them looking like that. That's a very poor way to find agents. The best way to find agents is go to your top left corner and click on the hub. Is that the hub? I don't know.
I'm just so happy with the Ferris wheel. I mean, seriously.
It's just a tiny little wheel,
Whee!
just in its own little.
I can imagine little people on there going wee.
I just did in my head.
Yeah. And also, the boats go backwards sometimes, like 2 passing ships in the night. Yeah. I'd be really careful going to the Barrens at night. This is like shit goes
the Barrens.
down. This is the Barrens, yeah.
That's where all the stuff goes down. Okay.
The Barrens.
That's good to know. Great. So we'll have to hire an agent. So let's head to our agency and have a look. All right. So let's hire a new agent. Anybody in the beginning will do. I think somebody who's quite balanced will be quite useful. Manny seems to be pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with Manny.
So all these tier 1 agents, they cost $2,500 per month. So you'll hire them, and then 30 days later or whatever, you'll have to pay them again. And they all have their biography, and he loves dad jokes, so we got to hire him.
Yeah. And every agent has their own idiosyncrasy.
Right.
About themselves as well, just to kind of make them more real and give them character, if you will.
Okay. So we've hired our first
great.
agent.
So we have an agent, and we can see that we've hired an agent. The bottom left corner shows our roster of available agents. How many agents can we hire at any given time?
For the prototype right now, it's maxed out at 3, and I think we need to do some testing. but I want to say 5, but it very well could be that we open that up to 7.
Yeah,
I think it would
that would make
complicate things dramatically, but I think once you get into the zone of playing and you have the flow of the game, I think having 7 agents would definitely be a challenge. So, and if you have enough money, because don't forget that's a lot of money, and if those
Yeah.
agents aren't necessarily tier 1 agents, if you've got a tier 3 agent in there, whoo,
expensive. But
Yeah.
then again, they can also complete the really complex contracts, which really bring in the money.
high risk, high reward. Yeah, there you go.
High risk, high reward. So we can see we've got Manny in the bottom left corner there. Now what we'll need to do is we'll need to find a contract on the map here that we can complete. So let's have a look and see what's available to us. So we got 2 security contracts and a repossession job. So we've got our quest giver, Sylvester Linto, is letting us know that we have to do a vehicle repossession job. So in this one, we can see in the main text, it tells a little bit about the contract, about what the situation is, gives you some information about the vehicle you're looking for, why you're picking it up, this kind of stuff, and also tells you how much you can make from the contract, and what the skill requirement for the agent is for the job. Now, I think in the prototype right now, most agents have the minimum requirements
Right.
for these contracts, and obviously that's going to change as we develop. So that some of your agents might not be suited, but if you put them on that contract, you run the risk of them failing it and then losing reputation, loyalty, so on and so forth, and money as well. So I think in this case, Manny would be suited for this job. So if we click on the Add Agent button, or we can also have an overview of the information that we've just seen as well.
Yeah.
This is what here.
More information on who you're going after, or whose vehicle it is.
Is this in notes or overview?
That's in notes.
That's in notes. Okay, so each contract generally comes with its own set of notes about the contract itself. A lot of these are modular. They've some of them are more specific and kind of core to the story, and some of them are more side questy, where they are unique in their own setup, but they might not be as important to the main story. And then there are also day-to-day contracts, because just like anywhere else in the world, you have day-to-day stuff that is day-to-day. Not every contract is going to save the world, if you will. But we can also check our agents who we have whilst looking at the contract. And so what we've done is we've assigned Manny to this contract. So we've put him into the contract, and once we're ready to go, we hit accept.
This is Agent Mansfield, heading
There
to
we go.
location.
And then Agent Mansfield lets us know, and we can see on the map here where he's going. So currently, is this at standard speed or?
The standard speed, yeah, I can speed it up.
Standard speed. Okay, great. So obviously, sometimes in the game, it makes sense that if you're a bit more comfortable playing the prototype, here we go. You can speed up the time it takes to get there. Obviously, you need to be careful, because sometimes you might not want to speed it up at all. So then we have Manny's now arrived at the repossession agency's office, and he's gotten the information he needs to complete the contract. So after arriving, after he's arrived at the office, he's got the information, and now he is heading on over to where the last known location of the vehicle that needs repossession was last seen, and we can see that on the map here. We're currently just speeding through this, just to show how the mechanics works.
I can slow it down.
Yeah, let's keep it at regular speed for now. So he's arrived. He's probably getting out of the car,
Having a smoke.
Having a smoke, taking it easy, and we have put in some of this downtime once they've arrived, before they actually go and physically do the job, to make it feel more kind of realistic. That they don't just kind of show up randomly on a map and make something just happen, because you don't immediately start eating when you show up to a fast food restaurant. You get in, you find your seat, you take your coat off, etc., etc. So what's happened now is that Manny's run into a situation where your agent needs to have a decision made. So obviously they're not the one making the decisions all the time. It's you as the head of the agency who has to make decisions as well. You can let Manny do his own thing, but the fact that the agent's called into you, says that whatever the situation is, they need your advice. So you can see now in the bottom left corner that there's a little exclamation mark saying, "Oh, we need to do something." There's also a timer going down. So if we don't do anything before the timer hits 0, they're going to make their own decision, which might not result in the best result. So if we click on Manny before the timer goes out, then we can see what's going on. So Manny's called in, and he explains the situation of what's going on. And then at the bottom of the piece of text there, you're given two different options to resolve the situation. So in this situation, we have here, your agent finds a woman in a tightly packed RV that has seen better days, but could fetch a good price as a refurbished unit. So remember, our agent is out trying to get this vehicle back, repossess this vehicle for the repossession agency, because the owner is behind on their payments from their bank. So the bank has said, well, we need to repossess an asset which could make up for their lack of repayments. So they've hired a repo agency who's hired us to come and help them out with it. So we're trying to get this vehicle back, but at the same time, people are people, and things happen. So we're weighing up: do we just do the job and get paid for it, or do we maybe see if we can have the situation resolved that it works out for everybody, or maybe we don't care about anyone and we just want to take the money and go and screw everybody else's situation. So you are presented with moral dilemmas and moral quandaries, if you will, with each contract. It's not always that straightforward. There's shades of gray, if you will.
How many of them?
So I can't remember, but there's definitely less than 50. If so, in this situation, your agent's trying to decide: do you convince the debtor, the owner of the vehicle, to just take their stuff out of the car and let the vehicle go and have their debt essentially paid off, but then don't have a home, or just force the person out, take the car, anything else that's in it, to get the job done? Now, in both of these situations, they might not result in a positive outcome based on the skill that is required for the contract, and if your agent has this. So we saw in the beginning, persuasion was the skill the agent needed. So they needed to be able to use that skill for this contract. And here is the result: is that your agent needs to be able to persuade the individual based on one of these two choices that you as the player make, and then depending on the skill level and the skill roll of your agent mixed with, which is combined with what the level of persuasion you need for this contract, you'll either get an exceptional resolution, standard resolution, or substandard resolution. But only one of these, in this case, will result in substandard or exceptional, and then the other one will result in standard. And as in, if you just complete the job, you do exactly as you're told, you get paid what you were paid, great. So in this situation, let's be the white knight, and let's try and convince the debtor to let the vehicle go. But we also allow them to, maybe we say, well, why don't you take all of your stuff with you? Or we convince it in that situation. I think I know this contract quite well because I wrote it. So that information of take all of your things with you might not be available.
So we're going to convince the debtor, right?
We're going to try and convince the debtor to let the vehicle go.
We'll see what happens.
And so now we have Manny is chatting to the person and having that happen. And obviously these things take time. It's not simply, okay, great, I'll let the vehicle go, it's fine. It takes time. As we can see, time has progressed.
That just popped up. New contract. A bunch of new contracts.
New contracts popped up. Yeah. While this one is still resolving itself.
Might take some time. I can fast forward here.
Like we said, this is all still prototypes, so we're still working out lengths of time, so on and so forth. So in this case, we haven't gotten the full reward. This was a substandard resolution. So unfortunately, Edith Anderson, the owner of the truck, became violent, and the agent is forced to restrain her as the pickup truck tows the RV back to the impound lot for valuation. Your agent apologized to the owner as best they could, but it didn't work out. So the original reward for this was $750, and as we can see, because it didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to, we got a substandard resolution, and that means we got less money than what we thought we would have. We still completed the job, but it wasn't the best, and it incurred some additional costs elsewhere somewhere. So we didn't make all that we could. So we say thanks, okay, and then we move on. So we've got $600. So
and then he heads back to the agency to file the paperwork, and then once he's gone back and filed the paperwork, then he's available for another contract.
Exactly. So he's now done with that job. He's got to come back to the office. So while he's doing that, we can then look on the map and see what other contracts are available to us. So we can go back to our overview, and we can see that, well, there's a security contract here. Let's click on that one. Any of those security contracts
this was a top priority security contract.
Here we go. So they need an armored truck driver. This is an armored truck driving contract. Now, different security contracts mean different things. It's not always armored truck. It might be that you are providing security for a VIP, or maybe security for an event, maybe security for a bank even. In this situation, it looks like it's an armored truck driving contract. And the agent will need at least we'll need equal to or greater than 3.0 on their security system skills. Um, so what we can do, since we know that that we'll make $1,375 from this, and also gain some skill in that skill that's required. I think we can go ahead and select an agent to assign for it. Now, some contracts will, in fact, make your agents better simply because experience in the job. If you're more experienced with the job, you're going to be better at it, but only that experience is only gained by doing stuff. So we wanted that to be reflected in the rewards as well. It's not simply, here's some money, you didn't learn anything, or you're not any better at your job. It's, no, you are better at your job because this contract gave you experience you didn't have before. So, we have some information about the
Notes.
the contract here. We know that we've got Manny available to send out as an agent. And yeah, so we've assigned Manny. We're all happy with the contract, so we go ahead and click accept.
Have you ever met someone called Carton?
Carton Arena.
I think I have the feeling there's an L missing, like Carlton.
Carlton
Like, Carton
Arena.
is like calling your like what's his brother's name? Box. You know, like
It's like calling yourself Max Power. It's like, where'd you get it? I got it from a hairdryer.
All right.
Yeah,
Carton.
I wonder if the names. I wonder if Carton Arena is actually a place, and it got mixed up.
I'm
with
pretty
the,
sure I forgot to put the L in there somewhere.
Yeah,
My L was
or it's an
sticking.
actual stadium, and we've misnamed the asset. So Manny's now headed, as we can see on the map. So the map is also an accurate overview of what's going on in Seneca City as you assign agents, so on and so forth. Okay, so he's arrived at the location. They get all the information and paperwork they need to load up the vehicle, the armored truck, to then complete the contract. So you say, okay, all ready to go. So we hit the OK button there.
We should probably change that and proceeds to load up the vehicle because you have this timer in there that they're actually waiting for a while. So it's not instantaneous. It's not like the pop-up comes up and you read it and then, because right now we're waiting. And that is there to show that it takes time to do those things.
Yeah, exactly. So now we got Manny headed down to driving the vehicle, and sometimes they might go through multiple stops. Agents arrived at the location. Arrived at locked bank. Fail this favor. Okay, great. So it looks like Manny will be going. He is going to pick up the vehicle, to pick up the goods,
What's
and
the
then
plan?
drive to
Uh-oh.
the bank. Uh-oh, something's going on.
What
You
should
gotta
I do,
click on
Mike?
I think you should click
Fast
on
forward.
your agent's icon there.
Yeah? Like right now? Or
Or in fact, you can do nothing, and you can see what happens in the situation. The agent will probably, if you do nothing,
okay, I didn't do anything.
anything.
Oh,
Okay,
let's see what happens. Are we still gonna earn any money? I'm interested to see this.
I don't know.
Oh, your agent waits for your response but hears nothing. While they wait, the truck comes under attack by a heist team. Your agent puts the truck in lockdown and radios the police for assistance. SPD shows up and the heist team scatters. The Seneca Reserve is furious at the bad PR and your agent's incompetence. And you wrote that sentence, but there's no period.
I don't remember writing heist team though. That sounds like something you would write.
Heist. Well, you wouldn't write that as a voiceover artist because heist team, it just does not flow well.
You have a consonant at the end of you have the same consonants at the end of the beginning of two words right next to each other.
So,
I wouldn't
look how
do
much
that
money we
because
have
I'm
here.
not the devil. So what's happened is that you've actually lost. You've lost some money.
Not cool.
So you failed the contract. Well, wait a second. Why did we lose money, Jess?
We shouldn't have gotten any money. Oh no, some of these contracts are negative. Like if you flub them. Because you're paying for lost wages or you're paying, so apparently, but that should have been here. It should have been minus whatever it was. But I think we were at 600 before or
Yeah. So it cost us $1,100 in that contract.
Whoa, so that is, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that if he says, "Hey boss, I need your assistance," you might want to make sure you answer that call. That's a very expensive phone call that we missed.
It's a very expensive phone call. So as you can see, that phone call cost us $1,100 for not doing anything. So if you leave your agents
We need your
for
support
their
on
own
the security
to their own
contract.
devices, sometimes they will make a good decision, and sometimes they won't. But it depends on the agent. It depends on how skilled they are in the contract that they're
But
doing.
will they? Do you always? I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you leave them to their own devices, that they'll make an okay decision. But I don't think they'll ever make an exceptional decision. They
Oh
should.
yeah, they'll never make the exceptional decision, but they'll make an okay decision. It might get a standard resolution, but there's also the chance of failing as well. That it might go pear-shaped.
No, I think it's always a substandard resolution, but the definition of substandard resolution is different for every contract. So it could be that you earn like a third of what you're going to earn, or in this case, it costs you a lot of money. Right.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Amazing. So, Seneca Port authorities request your agency to update digital security system. Right. So, in this, the Seneca Port Authority wants its security system upgraded, and they're asking for one of your agents to go and take care of it. And so, and obviously, in order to do so, we have to pick up some equipment from a supplier and then go and install it. Currently, we don't have a whole lot of money to hire any other agents at the moment, so Manny might not be the best one for the job on this, but he's the best we got. So in this case, we'll have to see if we can make do with Manny's skills. So we've got
Although,
Manny here.
look, he's got computer skills,
Has he? Okay, great.
and he's got security skills.
Oh, great, perfect. Well, then Manny might be the best person for the job.
Okay.
It's always good to check what skills your agents have before you assign them. Like you can have them down in your roster there in the bottom bar there, but if they're not the best suited for it, you're not always going to get the best outcome on it. So let's go ahead and accept the contract.
You know, for the requirements and for the potential rewards, we should probably change this so it actually doesn't say security systems. We actually utilize those same icons of the skills when you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like way easier, I think, to understand.
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
You know?
This is Agent
I must have to
Mansfield heading
localize.
to location.
Yeah.
Oh, the small little details of game dev. So we can zoom in on Manny as he's moving through the city. We're currently fast forwarding as well, just for the sake of time. Your agent arrives at Crazy Eddie's to pick up the necessary equipment. All right, so Manny's picked it up.
I am going to
He's
fast forward
paying for
here because it's just the waiting game.
Yeah.
Oh.
All righty.
He's heading all the way, and you can actually go ahead and see where he's going.
Yeah, you can follow the path and see where it's going to end up. So as we have here, there's Seneca Port Authority right by the port.
Funny how that happens.
Funny how that happens. How you put your in-game locations in the places where they're supposed to be.
I know, right?
I know, crazy.
Hey, do we have anybody watching the stream?
Yeah, of course we do.
Do we not? Really? Like one person? Or...
We got 6.
No way! There's 6 people watching us right now?
Yeah.
That's so cool!
Is this
I'm
our
like
channel's
super
first
nervous
stream or
now.
second stream?
Why'd you tell me that, Mike? That's a lot of people. You know?
Oh wow, that is a lot of people. Yeah, thanks, Jordan. That is.
Oh, it's Joran! Joran! Oh, so Joran actually was responsible for the Dutch translation of the Steam page. Because he's a little Dutcharoony.
Oh, amazing! Oh, that's great.
He's
Thank you
the
for
Flying
the
Dutchman,
translation,
or
Jordan.
he's a Dutch boy. Or he likes to do things in Dutch. All right.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
going to fast forward here. So he's doing the thing here.
What should I do?
So we're actually going to ask Joran what Manny should do. Joran, pay attention here. I need a narrator for this, though, Mike.
Okay. After heading to Crazy Eddie's, where the prices are insane, your agent heads to the Seneca Port Authority for the installation. After installing the setup, your agent calls and says there is an ongoing hack. There you go. I didn't spell check my work. Is an ongoing hack in progress. The updated system is installed, but needs to be activated. The problem is that they can't activate the system with ongoing remote access. Your agent has only been tasked with updating the cybersecurity infrastructure, not countering any hacks. They reassure you they can handle a hack, but need your permission to go beyond the scope of their contract. So, in this situation, something's happened on the job. The agent has to fix it, but it might not be within the scope of the contract that they've been asked to do. They're just tasked to do one thing. So in this case, the agent's asking, "Hey, I can fix this, and I can probably make us look really good and help some people, but I need your permission that I can do this legally." So in this situation, we have you can either disable the remote access, and what will probably happen with that is that they'll just cut whoever's accessing the system out, or you can try and go beyond that and actually stop the hacker at the source. So I think we will need.
So really quick, I was watching this mature gaming channel. They did a review of the prototype, and when I watched, he was like,
Can we specify when you say mature, it does not mean anything of an adult nature?
"No,
but
not at all.
more-
No. It was just like it was like a guy."
Not for, it's more of a critical, in-depth.
Correct.
Look
Correct.
at the.
But in his stream, he said, "I know what the answer is here, the correct one, because stop hacker is written bigger." But the only reason is
really?
that because it was scaled to the actual box, which but he's totally right. We should have uniform text sizes.
Yeah, that's true. So actually, we have more words in disable remote access, so the text has been scaled to fit into that box size.
So his assumption was that stop hacker is the right choice because it's bigger. Like we're giving the players
I see.
a tip. So what does Joran say?
Joran said, "Stop the hacker."
Are you sure, Joran?
You sure you want to stop the hacker? I mean, I'd stop the hacker. I don't know why I'd say that though.
All right. I mean, if he's sure. Any other
He looks
opinions
sure
out
to
there?
me.
This is what we're gonna do. If we've got 6 people, then we'll keep on for the next quest. Someone else, we need a volunteer who can answer the next quest, who can make the decision after Joran. So we're gonna do what you say, Joran. But if I lose money on this, then I'm coming for you, buddy. All right. Then you'll owe me that money in resultado dollars or
And
funny money. All right, here we go.
what in tacos?
Taco. Oh, there's a boat. Woo.
All right. So he said, "Stop hacker." So now Manny is stopping the hacker. Hopefully, he will succeed.
Oh, here's the boat going backwards.
Why is it going backwards?
Whee! Because we put him on a loop. It's on a spline, and it goes on a certain way, and then it just goes back.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you tell your agent to swing the cyber hammer, recover any lost data, and locate the hacker. So in this case, we now have initiated a mini game, which is different than a skill roll. So the mini game is match a pattern on the left to the one on the right using WASD and press E to submit your decision. So go for it, Joseph.
I'm gonna spice things up a little bit here. Zadie, are you still there?
Yes.
All right. Now this is a tier 1 mission, and we can easily solve this because there's no timer, right? But what I would like you to do.
Oh, but there will be.
There will be. But I would like you to implement a timer right now. If you can get a countdown on your phone of, I don't know, give us 25 seconds. And if you can give us a countdown every 5.
Give me a second. 25 seconds.
All right. Just to emulate, the final version. Because we made sure we didn't put a timer in right now because for the prototype, because we wanted to make sure that people weren't completely frustrated. Stupid hacking game, whatever, dude.
I don't understand it. One star on Steam.
So yeah, I know. So just for everyone who's all 6 of you that are watching, the required code is on the right-hand side, the LDDEHL. We need to find that here. So tell us when you're ready, and if you can tell us every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well then, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I cheated there.
Oh.
LD. No. LD.
10.
No. Mike, help.
Time is running.
Oh no, it's the. No, I'm not gonna do it. No. LD. Oh, it's the last one.
There you go.
Oh.
How much time do we have?
Enough. We need
Your
to show that we
time
can. that we can
My
finish
time's
it.
up. No, that wasn't
Yeah.
25 seconds. No, we
That
still have
was
5,
25 seconds.
4, 3. Hey, we did it! Amazing!
Oh,
we are
did
so
it.
good at
Oh,
what
did
we
it
are
in
doing.
time. Contract finished. Look, we're back in positive money now.
That stresses me out so much.
We'll have to make that more clear.
Whew,
Apparently,
okay.
a keyboard makes a good iron, especially in your agent's hand. So not only do they boot the hacker from the SPA system, but steal back the data the hacker was seeking before finding the hacker's possible location on the outskirts of Seneca City. Natalie Contrelos, the contract giver, calls SPD and requests they investigate. You know SPD, Seneca Police Department, probably won't, but are pleased that your agent sent the hacker running with the tail between your legs. Natalie thanks you and your agent. You're much obliged.
Boom.
Alrighty, Rube. So we're back in positive money now. And in about 27 days, we'll have to finally pay Manny for all of the work he's doing. So we better make enough money to be able to pay him. Because at the end of the month, we're at
Definitely.
2,500.
So for everybody, you can look at the contracts and the map overview, or you can actually, here you can see them. The pops up. Oh, we have a lot of contracts here. Or you can do it in the menu by going to the contracts job tab. So I really like the one that I think this is Vile.
I need your best
No, it
agent
isn't.
in the security detail.
This is Vile. At the
Troy
airport.
Shaw.
Okay. We need to earn a lot of money, so maybe let's go through and see which one earns the most. Oh, that was incorrect, wasn't it? So 600 here.
We're going to need some security personnel.
Well, it's 750 here. Interesting. That's a bug.
Bug.
This is a nice one too. It's up to you. Who wants to choose the contract? Any takers?
Stowe, we were just, somebody was saying that you were lurking in the stream. As we were surprised, we had a bunch of viewers. Thank you, Jordan. Much appreciated. Stowe, if you're still around, we would like your opinion on which contract we should do next.
Who is it?
This is Stowe Hellett.
Bless you. Sorry. Stowe Hellett?
Yeah, from Terry Pratchett.
Okay, all right. That's really him?
No, it's not actually Terry Pratchett. Number 4. So, Spirit. It would be the repossession.
Okay.
Thank you, Stowe.
Located the vehicle.
It would be the repossession contract called for the picking up the Spirit.
Grady Kane is behind in their payments. They've been given an extension, but they're now overdue. They have a Continental Orange Milton Barnes Motor Spirit van that, if repossessed, would settle their debts. Its last known location was Target location. Come down to our office and pick up the necessary paperwork. That is obviously a placeholder. Since his father died in a car accident, Grady Kane has a troubled view towards cars, which led to his failure to make his monthly payment to pay off the car he bought shortly before this tragedy. You've been tasked to locate and repossess the repossession of any items and assets of value and recompensation. So, moral conundrum there as well, foreshadowed.
Exactly. So we'll need someone who can hack. Currently, we only have Manny, so Manny will have to do. Alrighty, Manny is en route.
I didn't know he
He's gonna
spoke
go get the
French.
information. What's that?
I didn't know he spoke French.
Neither did I. Apparently, he does. All right, so he's at the repo agency. He gets the information.
Oh, that was super instantaneous, as opposed to the other
Oh, yeah.
ones.
It took a while, yeah. Alrighty. So here we go. Boom.
And yeah, we need to work on these timings, on the arrival timings. There's something
What should I do?
we should
Alrighty, so
have also got a notification.
Yeah, that's true.
So who's
Agent Ryan's on
next?
Well, Stowe picked it. How
Oh,
about Stowe solves it?
Yeah, sure.
Stowe Hellett, which of these two decisions do you feel is better? Let me move out of the way just a bit.
Other way.
Just because, other way? Yeah.
Now move your head the other way.
My head the other way?
Other way.
Am I doing?
The other way.
Oh, the other way. Sorry. The stream is slow. Let me go over here.
Move your chair.
Okay. Move it.
There you
Wait
go.
So Stowe, we currently have need your decision on this contract here, whether we talk to the debtor or look in the garage as far as what we should do in the situation. So your agent arrives on the scene. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be any sign of the vehicle. What would you like your agent to do? Either go and talk to the other or go look in the garage. Talk, please.
We
So-
have a vote for talking.
A vote for
We have
talking.
a vote for talking. So
Alright.
Stowe
Yeah.
votes. Vote Hellet has said they would like to talk to the debtor. So let's click on talk to the debtor.
Playing nice here, huh? Who knows? You know, maybe you'll convince them with your persuasion. Oh,
After a few words, Grady Kane hands over the keys to the vehicle. Hey, done.
boom. Perfect.
Success.
Yeah. And that is how it's done.
That's how it's done.
Man, I can't believe it. How long have we been playing it? We still we don't have enough money to buy another agent. Oh.
Yeah, we did screw up 2 contracts, and we didn't make a decision really early on. So the consequences of making the wrong choice, and also just ignoring agents, is pretty high.
This is a top priority security contract.
So here we have who's next? Who wants to volunteer? Who wants the next one?
Thank you for your choice, Stowe.
Yes,
It's
thank you.
much
Very good.
appreciated.
Very good.
That's correct, Stowe. You do win. What a nice guy. You're
You
right, Jordan.
win my admiration, comrade. So,
All right,
anyone want to choose the next contract? I know which one I want.
Which
Oh,
one do
let
you
me,
want?
let me.
Okay, Zadie, you can choose.
What do we have? What do we have? That's fun.
I can also take a closer look at them as well before you decide.
What's with the political thing?
We need your support on this security contract.
Thank you, Stowe, for your lurking. You may resume instead lurking.
Lurking mode enabled.
Lurking mode activated.
Interested in
Alrighty.
babysitting some wannabe big shot politician? If you ask me, you're only there as eye candy to bolster his appearance and make him look more important than he really is. Hey, if he's paying, then why not, right? A low-end
You wrote
political
this one,
figure
didn't you?
What's that?
You wrote this one.
I did, yeah. A low-end political figure is passing through the Seneca on a whirlwind tour of New York's major cities. He's requested additional local security, mostly out of show, rather than fear of an actual danger, to accompany him on his travel to the city. Job's a job, and you're not voting for him anyway. Maybe you wrote this. I don't know.
You're not voting for him anyway. Well, what's good about this one is that if we're successful at this will give us enough money to hire another agent.
Oh,
What?
that is the major question. The major voting needs to be done. Which agent we're going to hire then? So,
Right. So we gotta pick
everyone
which
has to vote for the agent that they want, and the agent with the most votes wins. Although with only 6 viewers, it'll be a pretty
I think
quick
2 of
vote.
those viewers are also probably us. And the third one is also probably Zadie.
Okay, good.
And Stowe is lurking. Then we have Joran and another lovely human.
Heading out.
Wee. Woo, wee, woo. Sorry, it's so much
Yes,
fun.
you can
I love the
spam
map
the
now.
overview if you want to.
I'm going to talk to Poshy to see if we can put the wee in there.
As an Easter egg, yeah.
When people click the wheel, then it comes up as a voice thingy. Whee!
Alrighty.
Perfect Easter egg. But no, we told them. So sad.
There we go.
Sad face.
Alrighty, so we're picking up the political pundit from the airport. We're gonna drive him back. We're gonna give him a whirlwind tour of Seneca. So I think we're gonna drop him off at a location first.
The music is like way too quiet. I don't know why.
It's 1 a.m. Gosh, what an late flight.
I don't know if that made a difference.
I don't know. Your agent arrives with the politician at the mayor's office. Okay, great.
Okay.
Going through the motions, seeing what's happening. As we can see, we're right in the middle of Seneca City Central.
Downtown.
Ba-ba-ba-bow-bow. Your agent arrives with the client at the office of the Inspector General.
Now, what does
So,
an
we
inspector
got-
general actually do? Do you know that, Mike, for a fact?
I don't know, but there's an extra space between of and the.
Your OCD.
It's not right. It must be fixed.
I know. We
You
totally
must
need to
follow the
proof this
rules.
text. There's so many. Because I've been playing this prototype so much.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Just
really need
now.
to. What's that? Oh, you just changed
I
it?
said I'm on it. I'm
Okay,
on it.
Cool. Ah.
So we're helping our this
This is-
political
This is Agent
figure go on
Mansfield.
their whirlwind
How
tour.
should I handle
Alrighty.
this?
So there's something borked with this one because there was no notification.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we should have been granted a decision to make
Yeah, but we weren't.
in this, but
We can just
this
ignore
looks-
this one for now.
this one is bugged and it has cost us a lot of money.
Oh, we lost money. Oh my God, we
We
were
lost
gonna get a
money
new
'cause we
agent.
No, it's all right. It's only we got 26
We need
days
your
left until we got to
support
pay
on the
Manny.
security contract.
All right, so that's.
It might be a good idea to see if we can blitz through a couple of contracts just to get enough money to hire a new agent.
All right,
Let me
let's
know
do
when
it.
you've located the
Boom,
vehicle.
boom, boom.
On my way.
Sometimes some contracts are simply that. They're just money makers. That you just need to put food on the table. You need to keep the roof over your head.
And you can shake them.
Buy a coffee machine.
Your money makers.
True. Yes, you can shake your money maker if you need be. Yes, very good, Jess.
Oh no!
apparently
This
King
is
of
the
De-
borked contract. This one is totally.
one else?
We've lost the game.
We run out of money.
No,
No.
because this is the one contract that is an infinite contract. He'll be there forever now. And we don't have another agent, and we can't
No.
fire him. No.
So is that the one contract that we wanted
Oh
to
wait,
find?
no. What?
How should I handle this?
What? It worked.
Alrighty, let's see what happens. Your agent arrives on the scene. The vehicle's standing in front of the house. What would you like to do?
Well,
Take the vehicle.
you sure?
Yeah. It's a repo job. You're there to get the car.
I mean, we can be like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't take your vehicle, and stuff like that.
At this
I mean,
point,
it was
seeing as
it
how
was
hard-
the poor guy with wasn't it the poor guy with the you know? The
Oh no, that was a
background?
different one, wasn't it?
Oh,
Oh, maybe
is
you're
it?
right.
I think he's still on that contract.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Take the vehicle. Take it.
Now let's
Take
have the viewers decide. All one of them. Vote.
Jordan, what should we do? We require the help of Jordan.
Just random roll a die.
I don't have my dice.
Take it. Jordan says take it. Let's take it.
The perp pulls out a gun. No. That's not the type of game this
not
is.
like that cannot happen.
Not in this game.
Jimmy Milvan.
Well,
Boom.
1200. All right.
Jordan.
Okay, so we're a little bit closer to getting another agent. So
Jordan
let's have
for
a
the
look at
win.
what other contracts there are, and see if we can do another contract.
Big money, big
So
money.
while Manny heads back.
Ooh.
This is a top priority
Suppressing
security
agent.
contract.
Well, we'll need this
Shoot.
one we need 2 agents, so we can't do this one just yet. So as you can see, as contracts continue on, the availability of tier 1 contracts which have 2 agents needed on them start to appear. And as you can see, they're also worth more. So some of them might be worth less, but they're easier to do. For example,
Easy
the
info
nightclub
on the
security at the arcade has 2 agents, but the value of it is less. Where in this case, this one is this one will take us $25 shy of a new agent, but we need to start somewhere.
All right. So can you
someone's
do?
behind their payment. We need to get their car back.
Can you read out the
but-
name of this car in your best commercial voice? The new.
Do you want it in? Do you want correct pronunciation as well?
Oh, that as well. Yeah, please.
Okay. Avery Lee's behind their payments. They've been given an extension, but now they're overdue. They have a torched Penny Mannheim Fahrzeugwerk Blitz sports car.
Say that 10 times fast, man. Oh my God, that's like a
Torched
hard-
Penny Mannheim Fahrzeugwerk Blitz sports car. Torched
No.
is torched Penny the color?
Torch Penny, yeah. That's a great color. Zadie,
Torched
kudos
Penny,
to you for coming up with all those
Mannheim
amazing
Fahrzeugwerk
colors.
Blitz sports car.
When I read those colors she came up with, I was like, oh my God, these are gold. You know, they're
Torched
amazing.
Penny is a great name for a color. I love it that the description of this car is 7 words. Takes 7 words to describe this car.
Hey, this game may suck when it comes out, but man, those guys from Rough Justice, those car naming conventions were fucking amazing.
Man, they put those car naming conventions in their fictional cars that they've made.
Oh, we'll accept this,
En
but
route.
I want to show you really quick the vehicles that you can buy. So, which one was that? It was the Blitz?
It
Was
was
it the
the Torch Penny Mannheim Pohanka. There we go.
Oh, there's no info on this one. We didn't finish putting the data in. Oops, bad example.
Yeah, not yet.
Some of them have it, but you can see the Thriller is an evolution of MBM's front-end car booster. So, I mean, if you had $10,972, you could buy it.
Yeah.
But if you had
I
a
just
manufacturer's
realized
coupon,
that Pohanka is an actual car dealership in Virginia, and I don't know if we might actually run into legal trouble if we use
but we chose that
their
because
actual
based
name.
on that. You
That's
said
true. And now that I see it, though, I realize that. So Pohanka is the name of a family-owned car dealership in Virginia, where I was born. I've been in Europe for the past 25 years, and I went to kindergarten with the kid of the owner of Pohanka, and I thought, hey, wouldn't this be cool if we had a car dealership called Pohanka in our game? But now I realize actually we might run into legal trouble.
well, why don't we
So
just ask
that'll
them?
Yeah, that's true. We can ask them, drop them a line, find their HR department. Like, hey, can we include you in our game? Free PR? Alrighty. So I presume you knew what you were doing when you just clicked that, because I didn't read that.
Oh yeah, they picked up the paperwork. That's all.
Okay, paperwork. Great. Okay.
Blah 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 blah. But of course, a lot of these things are written like very
What's the plan?
standardized text.
Yeah, simply because you'll be doing a lot of contracts, and it doesn't make sense.
But some
from a
of them
development
have
standpoint.
twists, so you may want to read them all the time.
That's true. So let's click on Manny before that time runs out. Agent arrives in the scene. The vehicle is standing in front of the house. What do you do? Let's take the vehicle.
Let's ask our viewers.
All right. Viewers, thank you, Jordan, for clipping Torch Penny Mannheim Fahrzeugweg. That's very kind of you.
What does
All
Jordan
right,
want to do?
Zadie, what would you like us to do? Take the vehicle or talk to the bidder?
The bidder.
Thanks, George.
I try talking for a
Let's talk to
change.
the bidder.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea. All right.
Let's see what happens.
See what happens.
Oh, Jinx.
Crap, now I can't talk. All right, stream's yours.
Avery Lee's understanding and sorry for their troubles. Sometimes life just happens. They agree to sign a new contract to pay off their debt and get the car back. Your agent takes the car back to the repo agency. Boom.
There we go. We're $25 away from a new agent.
Oh my God.
We have so many
how
so
about
understanding people.
Just to play it safe, how about, for the sake of our viewers and showing what it's like to have two agents, let's do a really simple contract we know that we're going to pass. There we go. Requirements.
Oh, this is wrong, I think. Judy Murdoch is definitely a woman. And it says his. We need to change that.
All right.
Oh yeah, we still have to change all the contracts so it's neutral.
Yeah.
Gender neutral, that's right.
Heading out.
Didn't get to that yet.
All right. Repo agency, we got it.
Oh, the suspense.
Suspense. Mostly because we know we're going to complete it quite simply, I think, and we'll have enough money to get another agent.
Well, you never know. It's a prototype. Things could happen.
This is Agent Mansfield.
Yeah, they
How
could.
should I
We could
proceed?
lose some of the money.
You know, I'd also like to take this opportunity to talk about the different things that you can do in the game, and where you can make people that are watching the stream and being part of the stream very, very nervous by not clicking on the agent when they're
Taking a long
requesting.
time to answer the agent's request.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I saw you starting to sweat there, Mike.
Yeah, I was starting to sweat. It's like, just press the freaking
No,
button.
stop talking.
Be able to sit in front of the house. What would you like to do?
Pick it.
Oh, we haven't even shown the lock picking yet, have we?
Oh yeah, pick the lock.
Oh, we also need to change the mini games
Don't
because it says start mini game, which I think it's kind of like you're breaking the fourth wall there.
Yeah.
It should always say like pick lot. See, that's
And then
not
go
that's
straight
not
to it.
right.
Okay.
It's got to say start lock pick or start lock picking or whatever. So this also does not have a timer, but it should.
Should I do it? Should I do a timer again?
Sure. Give me 15 seconds maybe, or give me 10 seconds. Do a countdown.
What, 10 seconds?
Yeah. Well, you can just do a countdown. You can actually say it. You don't have to use a timer.
I like you put an exclamation mark after "to give up."
I
Exit to give up.
loser.
It's like you have an opinion.
I didn't say start, and you're already doing
No,
it.
I went back to the beginning.
That's, yeah, okay. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom.
Alrighty. Phew.
Oh,
Okay.
oh. Just
Now.
in time.
Let's hit OK, and now let's hire a second agent.
But do we really want to? I mean, I'm having a good
Yes,
time with
yes,
it.
we want to hire a second agent. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay. I really like this the lighting now.
Yeah. All right. Let's hire.
Let's see what the viewers want. Put your votes in. We have Lucy, Birdman, Steph, Double Decker, Chuckles, Slick, Angie, and Ray Ray.
I vote Angie.
I want race.
Who you want? Ray Ray?
Race, yeah.
So we got one for Reyes, and one for Angie. Joran?
Chuckles.
He says Chuckles.
Joran says Chuckles.
Anybody, is anyone else watching the stream right now?
Let's not
Maybe,
ask meta
maybe they're
questions.
AFK.
What's that? Ooh. Well, Joran is our number one fan. So I'm gonna go with Chuckles. Sorry, guys.
Alrighty.
You know what we should do would be really, really cool is if Chuckles starts at his home. Every time you hire an agent, they start from their home and then they go to the agency.
No, I think we should have him start at the agency. I mean, you don't go if you work in an office, but you got to go somewhere else. Surely you wouldn't just go to that place first. You'd pick up your details. Also, GDPR. Why does their company know that they live there?
Well, if you've applied for the job.
GDPR in the 1980s. Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, like, it's like, you call them up, hey, we want to hire you. Okay, hangs up the phone, gets in his car, and drives to the agency. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That would make sense. If they get, hey, we got your details, we wanted to hire you for the job, they'd have to have somewhere to contact them. Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
You're like, I like your idea, interesting, but you're wrong.
Then you convinced me, and then it made sense, and I'm on board with it. I am very affable.
So this is one really, really cool thing that Poshy, our coder...
Cool. So how about we pick... do we have any agents currently doing contracts right now?
No, the game's paused. And
Okay,
you want to do the
so
double
how about
one?
we pick a Go ahead.
Yeah, you want to do the double one, where 2 agents are required.
Yeah, let's pick a contract where we have to have 2 agents.
If there are any more available, because they're all on timers. I do want to point out briefly, really quick, that Poshy, our coder, put this in, the informants, but they only pop up after you've hired your second agent.
Yeah, that's right.
To kind of prevent you from, like, wasting your money on informants instead of, like, getting a second agent. So.
Yeah, that's true. So informants will give you information. They might give you useful information. They might not. So, but the only way to find out is to meet with them. And sometimes they cost money. So you might have to pay them a little bit to get some information.
We need your help locating this
But
vehicle.
that information might help you temporarily be able to do a contract you might not normally be able to do.
Right.
And also give you discounts on various items for your office and for your agents.
So we only have 2 that are up on the board that require 2 agents. Suppression agents and nightclub security. I mean, obviously, it's almost twice the amount of money for the suppressing agents. So
Let's go for the suppressing agents.
We
Let's
need
go
your
big. Go
support
big or go
on
home.
this security contract.
Hey, Mike, I know I'm playing the game right now, but I need to take a leak like a racehorse. Can you hold down the fort and talk to people for like?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best go like a racehorse because I'm
I'm
always
like, let's do the contract really quick, and then. All right, I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So, great. So we've got right here. The contract says, all right, so you may have heard that we've been having a rash of bank robberies lately. We need to put a stop to this pronto. I want your team to act as suppression agents, meaning dressed in plain clothes and thwart any attempted robbery. So, robbery happens, your agents who are already in the bank, who are dressed in plain clothes, they will stop the robbery in progress. Things could get hairy, but again, it wouldn't be an easy money if we're just sitting around. What do you say? So we have a potential of making $1,750, gaining some persuasion skill, actually having both agents gain persuasion skill, it appears. But we will also require the persuasion skill and a social skill as well, being sociable and small talky, if you will. Now, this contract requires that we have 2 agents for it. Fortunately, we have 2 agents for it, so that shouldn't be a problem for us. So whenever Jez gets back, we'll be able to select both of those agents, assign them to the contract, and accept the contract. As you can probably notice, we have seen this character placeholder before under, I believe, the name Carlton Arena. As we continue to develop Rough Justice, there will be more placeholders for different characters. Some of them will be modular, as with all game dev. Sometimes it's more cost-effective to make things procedurally generated than have everything be unique, because then particularly with text, it then has to be localized, which incurs additional costs. But don't tell anybody that. Shh. It's all a mystery, game dev. No one tells you anything. Alrighty. So as we can see, we also have 4 locks down on the where it tells us how many agents we need. Sometimes some of the tier 3 contracts require 6 agents to complete the contract. So as we were saying earlier, we were thinking of having 5, maybe 8 agents. Sometimes I think we're probably going to have at least 6. We might change how many agents you can assign to a contract in total. But some contracts are real complicated, and you got to have full strength A-game, A-team, all-star.
I can actually imagine a suppression agent's contract where you'd actually need 6 agents.
Oh, yeah?
Sure. I mean, especially if you're covering multiple banks, because they're not quite sure which bank is going to be hit. And so you need to put different agents in different things. Or maybe even a fugitive recovery one, where you have the option of having 6 agents if you want. Where, so it could, in fact, increase your chances of finding him. Because if you think to yourself, okay, I'm going to go to this person, I'm going to do this, and that complicates things dramatically. If you're sending out different agents on the same contract doing different subcontracts. Oh my God, my mind just exploded with the Excel sheet. I'm like, how are we going to do that?
No idea. Great, so we're going to assign Manny and Chuckles to the contract. Local bank Seneca being robbed greater frequency. For Seneca Financial Reserve, a conglomerate of local Seneca banks, wants to hire your agency to put plainclothes undercover agents on the bank's respective premises in order to suppress any potential robbery attempts. You have an agent or 2 who pulls off corporate casual very well.
Well, at least Manny does.
Chuckles, we'll see. On my way. So we know that both of these agents are now on their way to
No.
What happened?
No.
Is it stuck?
No.
Play. What's going on?
It's stuck. No.
What?
We
You're saying a lot of no, but not a lot of answers.
Yeah, we're stuck. I'm moving.
Hit play.
Yeah.
Just hit play. Maybe it'll go forward. Just hit the play button.
I did. And I'm pressed fast forward.
Oh, I see. Oh, I misunderstood.
So. No.
That's game dev.
I mean, it does say prototype development right there, in big bold letters in hot pink. So, yeah. You know, I'm not even gonna like.
Try it again.
I don't know how you swung it.
All right.
And skip the tutorial. Alrighty.
Well, we can hire somebody else if you want.
Let's
want
hire Angie.
You want Angie, okay? Hire agent,
let's do
and then we'll go here, and we'll do. Ooh.
We need your support on this security contract. On it.
Alright, off she goes.
In the world of Manny is forgotten. Before it actually began.
Poor Chuckles.
I know Chuckles' debut, right?
He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to help you guys out with your awesome agency and stuff.
Oh, we did this one before, okay.
We did. Okay, great.
Do you think it would make sense to have a fast forward?
Maybe the fast forward can be a little quicker.
Could be. Okay, we're gonna get some money here.
Oh yeah, this one. Okay, great.
How should I handle this?
Click stop hacker.
Okay.
Hopefully she has enough skill to stop the hacker.
Or I do. We'll
Or
see.
you do, because you gotta find the you gotta do the mini game. Gotta do the mini game.
That's interesting though, because that one contract didn't get stuck. The one I thought was gonna get stuck.
Actually finished, yeah.
Oh, ha! It's right
So
there.
anybody who's new watching, what we're currently doing is we had to reset our current world state because we got bugged. So we are quickly blitzing through one of our mini games. We have to match up the code against the terminal that is shown, as opposed to doing a skill roll for your agent. Did you do it?
No.
Did you fail? Hacked. There we go.
Yeah, we got some
Contract
money.
finished. Okay. Alrighty, so now that that's done, we are gonna head back, get some
We need
more
your support
loot.
on this security contract.
On it.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom.
Our
look at-
agents are very swift and capable.
As
you
are
can
we.
see, the color scheme of the map and the world will change based on time of day, and as there's a sort of a night cycle that happens, which is reflected in the time in the bottom screen.
Starry Night.
Our
Starry Night.
agents work 24 hours a day. Rarely do we let them sleep.
Of course, that will affect their energy level and their loyalty
Yep.
if you don't give them a break.
And their mentality as well.
The mental state, yep.
So sometimes you will need to give your agents a break. Time off, if you will.
This is Agent Bates.
That
What's
sounds
the
right.
plan?
Alrighty, your agent's radio ends. The armored truck brake pads have shattered on both of the front wheels. A freak, but not a possible accident. They think they can fix it, but it'll take time. You're not sure about your agent's confidence when they say that, so consider what they should do. Fixing the brake pads will slow the delivery down and risk the truck being targeted. Do we know our agents? Can we check our agent's vehicle skill?
Not right now.
That might be something we should put in later before we make a decision.
Whew.
As in,
That would be cool if you can go like this and click on her. But yeah.
just click and check that they can do it.
Like,
Because we should be able to look up on their skills. Let's say we're at the office and we get their roster out and we check and go, oh, you're skilled with vehicle stuff. Okay, great. Well, I trust you to fix it or drive slowly. Let's drive slow.
That's like really slow, Mike.
I think we should have fixed it. We'll find out. 'Cause we're
You
about to
wrote this
lose
mission.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what happened.
Yeah. Hey!
There we go. All right. Turns out I knew what I was talking about.
And we can almost unlock our second agent. Woo-wee!
Almost. Let's do a safe contract so we don't lose money. and then we can get back to where we were.
And avoid the
with
double
two
one
agents.
next time.
Avoid la double.
Le double.
Let me know when you've located
La
the
double.
vehicle.
All right, we did this
Edith
one.
Anderson. Okay, I remember this one.
Remember
All right,
her.
we'll take care of that.
How many cars does she have?
A lot, apparently.
Okay.
Okay, we got the info. And away they go. Traffic at this time of day is great. They're just whizzing down Main Street. Meow, meow, meow. Alrighty. And we're waiting for the request to come up.
What should I do?
Alrighty. Give him a click.
Take or convince?
Let's take the vehicle.
Alright.
Tried to convince him last time, but it didn't work out.
I love the smog in Seneca. Do you want to read this one?
Your agent convinces Edith Anderson to let the vehicle go, and you put them in contact with a debt consolidation company whose owner you're old friends with. They're heartbroken, but at the same time, somewhat grateful. Edith Anderson asks if they can take some of their personal items with them. Your agent hands over an old duffel bag from under the seat of the repo truck and turns the other way. The law's a law, but people are people. Good agent. Keep him. They're a keeper.
Yep. Look how much money we have.
We got $3,100. That means we can now afford another agent. And let's see if maybe we can buy something for the office as well. Go big or go
So
home.
Zadie wanted Ray Ray.
Ray. Okay, great.
Ray.
Let's hire Reyes. Maria Reyes. There we go. Hire agent. Wonderful. Now let's head over to the office and see if we can buy something. What can we buy? So this is our office. As the office continues to develop, we can buy stuff for it, which helps things, agents, things such as their health and mentality and their quality of life. Let's office level. Where can we buy something? Level 1 office. All right, let's look on one of the plus.
Look, she's not happy.
She's not. We just hired her. We just paid her.
God, I gotta go to work
$2,500
now.
Why is she unhappy?
Well, we did hire her, and it's at 7 o'clock at night, and we've asked her to come in. So it's kind of like
yeah, that's true. That's probably why.
Kind of like a dick move.
Yeah, it's what they call a dick move. Alrighty, so let's click on one of the plus buttons there for the office, and let's buy a filter coffee machine because everybody.
Are you
loves
sure
coffee.
though? Because we actually have $600, and we could buy an espresso machine.
Yeah, but we could also buy a telephone and an answering machine, and maybe have money for a water cooler.
All right.
Just saying, you're buying stuff. You could buy one espresso machine, or you could buy a whole many things, which will improve the quality of life in the
I want
office
a
for the agent.
I want a pop vending machine.
No, not a pop. You can't. It's $1,200. You don't have that. You're gonna be in debt, and we gotta pay our agents.
It can be your new favorite perk. That's what it says right there, Mike. It could be our new favorite perk.
Bonuses can be stacked with other vending machines. Gee.
That is actually incorrect. It's bonuses. It shouldn't be ES.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
We can buy a word processor
A word processor.
with 42,000 character internal memory, as well as an external memory data disk. This personal word processor offers such deluxe features, such as automatic reformatting, automatic page number, and much more. But wait, would you really spend $500 on a word processor, or
I mean, you spend more than that on a basic gaming laptop.
with a video terminal, floppy disk drive, keyboard, and 8,000 RAM?
8K of RAM.
This personal
Whoa.
computer is capable of a multitude of high-speed functions, all controllable by
keyboard.
by
As
keyboard.
opposed to a bay board.
Or software.
Hey, Bay, want to see my board?
Baby.
My Bay board?
Oh, 16K.
Ooh.
I wonder what Computer 3 has to offer. Oh, lorem ipsum.
Oh, lorem ipsum dolorsit amad consecutor ad pisci elit sed do elist mod tempor et skin kidudut.
All right.
So how about we get
I
filter
hate
coffee
to
machine?
rain on your parade, though, Mike. Although you can, in theory, purchase things, and that money will be deducted from your money,
Yeah.
it will not show up in your office right now. We didn't implement that yet. So
Okay.
we'll buy the water cooler, which you wanted, right?
No, I actually wanted the filter coffee machine and the answering phone to save money, but
Okay.
that's fine. Blow it all on a big tank of water.
So, and then the answering machine? Answering machine?
What was it? The telephone, the rotary telephone.
Okay.
So we're just spending $150. Alrighty. So if we head back to our
Oh,
office,
it shows you that we have it. I don't know if.
shows you that you
Oh,
own
it shows that we've got.
Apparently,
six...
we own we own 6 filter
What is this, like
coffee
Amazon?
machines.
Where you accidentally click, purchase 600 of them,
So apparently, we have bought 6 filter coffee machines. We only bought 1. That's game dev.
All right. I mean,
Alrighty.
it doesn't show up here visually, but if you go back here, you'll see these are blackened, so that means that we actually own them. So we are getting the bonuses for them, which is good.
That's true.
So she is going back. She is not on a job yet. So we have. I'll send her on this one.
Will you be able to locate this vehicle?
Yes, I will.
Heading out now.
Oh, look, they're passing. Woo! Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then I have her do.
Here's the necessary information on the vehicle.
All right, boom. You got it, Angie.
Heading out now.
I think that Ray Ray's going on. I could have sworn that was the one that was borked, but maybe it's a different one. I just know it was somewhere over here in this area.
Mm-hmm. So as we can see, we've got multiple agents going. So imagine having 6 or more agents all doing something at the same time, or maybe doing something together. So it's
This
useful
is
to have like an
Agent
overview like this
How
to be
should
able
I
to see how many agents are doing stuff at any kind of given time.
Good job, Grady. This is the one that's borked.
Is it?
Say it, Mike.
Pope.
That's.
Well, how about we keep
Game
having Angie do some work for us, and maybe we can hire a 3rd agent.
We're gonna need some security
Have-
personnel.
Or could we, in fact, can we fire agents midway through contracts?
Let me see. Employed agents. Ray Ray is borked. Fire agent. Boom. There we go.
Okay, so that solved it. It's going to be real.
She's still
awful
on the
when she
board,
gets
though.
that. I'd be upset too if I lost my job in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I know, right? And we just hired
Yeah.
her. It's like within
And
12
she was real
hours,
unhappy
we
about it.
fired her. Oh, what a waste of money. It's not you. It's us.
Look, it's not you. It's you.
Wait a minute.
What should I do?
Oh yeah, this is a good one. So it's a security one. You're doing airport security.
Yep.
Mail it or stick to the contract.
Ooh. Agent has unruly passenger. Oh, I wrote this one.
It's great having a selective memory, because you're like, everything's new.
Yeah, even though I wrote it. I think stick to the contract.
All right. Our backward boat.
Backward boat, going down the river in the direction it shouldn't. I hope that works out because I can't remember what I wrote for it.
We shall see. Oh, it's already getting late. Oh, I remember this is a long contract because you're doing security there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Your agent re-enters the holding room with bubble wrap, packing tape, and a
Oh
cardboard
yeah,
box
that's
for the
right. They went and
passenger.
packed it themselves.
Yeah. Cool. Boom. And we can almost unlock our next one.
This
Yeah.
is a top priority security contract.
This is a short notice job. It's when the night watchman is passed away. Be gone for the favor here. Okay, great. Yep.
But we
Hire.
can't do it yet. I wonder if we actually have to close this window, because you can see her in the background going to the office. I wonder if we need to close this window in order for that to update, or if it will update automatically.
Well, we'll see in a second. Alrighty.
Nope. So you got to close it and then open
We're
it
going
up
to
again.
need some security personnel.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Rolling out.
It's like refreshing the page or something.
Refresh contract. Okay,
F5?
so hopefully this one goes down without a hitch. Now, granted, some of these contracts are quite simple and straightforward. Granted, this is the prototype. As it continues to develop, not every agent is going to be suited for every job. So making
is
up
Agent
money that we've
Bates.
lost
How should
on
I
accident,
proceed?
because I can't remember what the outcomes were when we wrote them, will be effective. So sometimes it'll be a little bit harder to make money. So it requires you to focus as a player. Angie has an issue, so we need to click on her to
Wait, here?
to see
Or-
what we can do.
Wait, here? Wait, where do I click?
Either in the bottom left corner or in the middle of the screen where her icon is.
I just realized I was in the way the whole time, so you actually couldn't see the agents.
I
moved
see.
my chair since, so. There you go.
All right. Agent spots an unscheduled truck arriving at the warehouse to make an apparent pickup. The vehicle checks out, and the workers are wearing the warehouse company's uniforms. Your agent asks if they go check it out or let it be. Yeah, investigate.
All right. If you say so.
I remember this one because I wrote it, and I remember the outcome.
Cheater.
How long does it take to go?
Okay.
Agent.
Your agent approaches the group of workers loading cargo into their 18-wheeler. Your agent is sure that the group doesn't actually work for the company. To stall their possible escape, your agent slinks into the cab of the truck and steals the keys. They then call the police, who show up, causing the workers to try to make their getaway in the truck, only to find the keys are absent. The warehouse owner thanks you for your service. Your agent receives a thank you from the SPD for helping to foil a small-time organized crime group. You pass the letter on to your agent and then angrily crumple up the envelope the courtesy came in.
Envelope the Curtis came in. Oh yeah, because the character you play, Jim Baylor, used to work for Seneca Police Department and was put in jail
We need your
for a
support
crime he
on
didn't
this
commit. So
security
he's got a little
contract.
bit of an issue with SPD.
Just a little bit.
There's a little one. Before we take on this contract, however, how about we hire a second agent? And we'll have
Totally.
We'll have,
I'm down for that.
let's hire Slick
All right.
Henry Fowler.
And then we can do.
We need your
Oh.
support on this security
There you
contract.
go. 2 agents.
So right now we're just showing the mechanics of the game and how it works. There is also narrative and story content in the game itself, but this for now is just the day-to-day kind of functioning of the game itself.
The bread and
Some
butter.
of these contracts, bread and butter, yeah. There is a story written up that will be implemented into the game, and different contracts will unlock different story elements, and unlock the story overall as it continues to develop.
Yous ever heard of the concubines? Me neither. Don't matter. Anyhow, they coming to Seneca, and those young punks are all over them. We're gonna need some extra security. Think you can handle a few pogo bouncing punks?
Think you can handle a few pogo bouncing punks?
The upcoming band, the Concubines, are playing for one night in Seneca and require security at the Killjoy Arcade. Screaming juveniles and wannabe groupies should be easy to handle. Boom.
This is Agent Bates. On my way.
I like it. There's a clear distinction of you writing in the first person and me writing in the third person.
Oh,
On these
so this
other
is it. So apparently 2 agent contracts are presently broken. That's it. In the prototype.
Where has Slick gone?
He's there. He's behind her. So 2 agent
Oh,
contracts are
no.
borked. Ah, okay. Interesting. I can't believe that I've been playing this prototype for hours and I haven't figured that out.
And we find 2 game-breaking bugs live on stream.
How
That's game dev.
That's game dev. There you go. I'd say I'm embarrassed, but I'm not because that's the name of the game.
Because that's game dev.
Because that's correct. I actually think it would be cool if we had. I know the contracts here. I think they should change this a little bit. I almost want to have arrows up here, left or right, so you can scroll through the contracts instead of having contracts. Or contract overview and then arrow left or right, something like that.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
That'd be cool. All right. You know what? I think this might be a good time to end it. Yeah. But,
Shall we fire all of our agents before we do?
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right.
Fire everyone.
You're fired.
You're fired. Fire agent and fire agent.
Oh, look. She's...
And
Oh, interesting.
she's just hanging out. And at this point, we cannot complete the game in any way because we can't hire her again because we don't have enough money.
No, the game is over with. You have lost.
Your game is over. Quit the menu. Rough Justice 84.
Awesome. 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 Hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching our little dev stream and having fun with us. You know, we were just like shooting the shit and having fun and showing you guys the prototype.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for everybody stopping by. Thank you, DevCom, for hosting us. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting the development along the way. Thank you to all of the Gamma Minus team who've been working really hard putting all this together.
Totally. And Zadie, thank you very much for doing the whole stuff in the background, you know?
Thank you to Zadie for all of the behind the scenes works. Yeah, did we mention everybody? I think maybe. If we didn't, we were going to hear about it afterwards.
Okay. Bye.
Good. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. And hope to see you around. If you can, don't forget to wishlist us on Steam. I'm just going to put that. Wonder if Nightbot can.
Do it.
I wonder if I can put links in it, or maybe I can.
I think Zadie can. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.